Welcome everyone to this live Forex trading with Ivy Meetup at 3 p.m. 24th of February 2021. Isn't that a fantastic day? Well, yesterday was pretty good yesterday. Fantastic. What I wanted to say today is people have come to me, the Lord Almighty Forex Guru, and asking, what the heck is going on? So that's what we'll do. We'll go through some Forex pairs, some dollar pairs, some yen pairs, some euro pairs, and some pairs you want us to go through. I will be here as your meditative master, and we will get through it. I will, of course, now go into my Discord channel and say, everyone, we are live. Yeah. So, how are you guys today? I guess that's my first question to you guys is, how are you? What are you doing? What are you feeling like? What's the emotions like? How are we getting through this day today without dying? Eh? Let's start with that for a moment. Then we have, need some currency pairs maybe. That would be great, I guess. And then we also might need, yeah. If you have anything you want me to go through, that will be great. Other than that, trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Whatever has happened in the past doesn't need to happen in the future. And we use, well, whatever I'm saying is only for educational purposes, by the way. So whatever this being said, is not financial advice. I do use pivot points and I use targets, stop losses, and support and resistance, as well as price action, and then trends. Okay, that is kind of me. So I don't do volume. I don't do cross. What do you call those crosses? Those evening star and morning star and all those candle formations. I feel like that is just retail trader education. So I do see myself as a professional trader. So let's do that. All right. How's it going, man? Can I start with my success today? How was your success today? I will start with my success today. So I yesterday posted a video. I don't know. Maybe I should post that actually in the. Maybe I should. I've said to myself, sometimes I should give out the daily setups. So I'm just going to give that to everyone here, so everyone can see that in the Discord channel. So I said yesterday, I'm looking for buys on New Zealand. New Zealand. All right. Where were you? There you guys are. So I then had an order here. Oops. Here I had an order. And I went through, as you can see in that video in the daily setups, I went through the events for the next day, but I was so tired, I didn't even recognize it wasn't 2 hours. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It's the next day. It's tomorrow. I don't really care. But then when I look at my charts, the whole chart blows up. Like it's just, it goes straight into negatives. I'm like, what's going on? Like New Zealand never moves, and as you can see, like this is the whole day. Like barely moved anything, and the previous day either we just purely not moving. And like all of a sudden, it's like, oh wait, I'm in profit. Like what's going on? Well, okay, cool. I'm in profit. Ooh, sheesh. This was at 2 a.m. this morning, and that was an emotional roller coaster, but I couldn't have done anything else. So I was lucky. I have to acknowledge, well, I did my job. I put the order in, and an hour later, or whatever it was, it got activated, and it skyrocketed because of the interest rate in New Zealand, the interest rate decision. And that talks about the potential growth in the New Zealand economy. Okay, great, fantastic. And then I took profit this today on this one. I don't know if I should have. Maybe I should have. We should look in the end. Because that is a target for the week, people. Boom. Fantastic. And that is basically, I think it's 55 pips. I'm not sure. Okay, 52. Sorry, 52, 50. So plus 52 pips on New Zealand dollar. Fantastic. Straight out. And yeah, it was that a risky trade. It's what I do. So yeah. So I hope you guys also got that as well. If you didn't, don't be sad. It kind of went without many people here today. So how is it going? That is my success hashtag success story for today. All right. Then we can also go to New Zealand yen. I did the same thing. Same analysis, same thing. Wait, was there analysis here? Yeah. So I said going down to this level here, put on the daily ones. And I got entered. I don't know where did I get entered. Maybe I should find the price where I got filled. Was it 17? Let's see if I can get that. So the whole point is, what is really the takeaway here? Doing your job again and again. 17.12. I got filled that. So yeah, 17.12. And then I exited around 78, 10. Around here. I exited here. Okay, great. That is how much? 100 pips? 100 pips there. That is my day. Fantastic. What does that mean? I'm doing my process. I'm doing my analysis every day at the market close of New York of New York close. I put in my orders. I go to sleep, and I wake up for success or I wake up for failure, depending. Now, how do we deal with the opposite of what happened today? Today we have what do you call it? We have euro dollar falling. Okay. So you are in this kind of a trade today. Yeah, I had an order. I think I have an order. I have a full order here at 21.40. Sorry. Now it goes down to break even. I didn't lose anything on it. Euro dollar. No, I came out positive on that one. So I literally lost or I gained 0.6. So 6 cents, and then minus all the swaps. So ish. Okay. What do I do now? What if it goes higher? What if it goes higher now? What do I do now? Well, I will just re-enter tomorrow. But I think the whole reasons of why we are here is, what do you do when you are buying up here and you go down and you lose $1,000 or 50% of your account? What do you do? How do you handle that? The loss that happened again. And I'm so afraid of my losses. Like, I lose all the time, and the market just goes against me. Like, what are I going to do? Okay. If that is the true personality of yours, I will. What is the true personality that comes through there, okay? Dude, if you were a buyer today, were you a buyer here? 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 Probably not that one. Last one, okay. Were you a buyer at all those other items? I was. So for me to break even here, I'm still very happy with this trade, and probably break even that one too. And I think I never got that one. So I still have this one. I'm happy with that. So if I'm breaking here or losing $1,000, it doesn't matter, because the learning point you're supposed to have today is, if $1,000 is 1% of your account, it shouldn't feel anything. You shouldn't be worried, because at that point you bought it here or here, you are in an uptrend. You are following the rules of engagement. You are following the trend. You are doing your job. But if you didn't buy here, I will come knocking on your door and wondering, why didn't you? Okay? Now the question becomes, what is this? And to be honest, we can go down, we can go up, but that's not the point. The point is, your risk management should not put you in a bad situation. Today's move, I believe we can go lower today. I would be perfectly fine with that. And I might be knocked out of this trade, but you know what? Have a positive emotions around price coming down to a better price, because you got potentially that move, and you got the same move again. You got paid twice. How can you learn from this? When you are in a trend, you always look for your buys. Always risk less than 1%. Less than 1%. Is that what? Less than 1%? Yeah. Maybe that's higher than 1%. Less than 1%. So you don't feel that way. So if you have $100, if you have 1 million, it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter how much you have in the account. It all comes down to your stop losses and your trading. If you now felt that you had to stop out, manually stopping yourself out because something happened, take that into your learning. I have in my Discord, I should be better at that. Please. I have in my Discord from my mentorship students, will be journaling. I do need to knock that in. Okay, so when you have journal, I can't even write journal, can I? Journaling. So when you journal, you start going back in time and see, how did you feel? What did you do? Attach the current chart to what you did. Go into your MT4, put the trade onto your chart, copy that, or what do you call it? Take a picture of that, screenshot that, put it into the trading journal, so that you can look back. And then, what if price went higher from here? You will look like a nervous wreck. If price went down, you might look like the hero, the smart guy. But if anyone will look like a fool if they lost 5% or more of the account on that move. That means you're not leveraged. Hello, Sama. That you're higher leverage, not using your stop loss, probably should have more in your account, and probably should be trading. If that's a move that's going to break your psychology, your trading account, and your trading strategy. You need to be stronger than that. And how do you get that stamina? You do it again. You do it again. You do it again. You practice. You practice. You practice. You practice. You fail. You fail. You fail. You fail. You fail. That's what you do every day. That's what I do every day. Every day is a fail. Because failure is good. In the end. That makes you develop. That makes you need to find better knowledge, better strategy, better entries. prepping yourself up for the best opportunities only. And if you don't get those opportunities, you leave the market. If you start buying in this time here, you know that you're probably going to lose, and you did lose. You didn't lose money. Maybe that was a subsequent thing, but that is not following the strategy. That is a fail in my book. But if you today, one last thing, if you today bought at 21.42 and 21.53 between there, if you bought there and you got stopped out and you hit your stop loss below this low here, maybe somewhere in here, this area, you are my hero. Stop losses is your best friend, and you should be comfortable with it, because I've seen accounts that has $10,000 in them initially, but they have hedged their losses. So the 10K in the account, but they have 8,000K in floating loss. So basically it's just 2,000 left in the account. And they're asking me to recover it. Like, dude, you can't trade. That's not how you trade, bro. That's not trading. That's denial. All right. BOE job Bailey on at 15. Okay, great. Let's see if any affects the pound monetary policy. Yeah. Hi, happy you could join the live. Fantastic, Alexandre. Hi, happy. Happy you could join the live. Great. I was successful with your New Zealand dollar advice. Do you know what, Alexandre? Boom. Fantastic. I only give, my personal opinion, not well on that, but yeah, it's up to you. You make your choices. Now, that was my motivational for today. Take your stop loss, be the hero, don't be the zero. And if you did your job of buying here and you got stopped out, okay, you did your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, the question becomes, is this a buy? Well, that looks like a double bottom, higher high, higher low. Yes, it does look like what I would say is the reversal pattern I have been waiting for. I don't have confidence in gold. I do apologize for not having confidence in gold. Any fall in gold only leads to more falls in gold. And I've said bullish, neutral to bullish. I have said don't, if you feel like selling it, well, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you anything at all. The only thing that I know that is currently not bullish, maybe it was bullisher here, now it's coming back down again. Now you're knocked out again. It's continued to losing. But I would advocate for a new higher high, continuation higher. Alright? That is what I want you to see. That is where I want you to be. This is a better opportunity than currently. Because if price now, if price now continues lower, what do you do then? Do you look like a lunatic? Are you then the loser? Well, if that was a job, if that is how you trade every single time, then you have done your job. But if it's not a job, that's not just really your strategy, and you shouldn't really be buying there, then you should be buying there, okay? So, what is really happening here? My analysis of gold is struggling, but still not bullish. It is at a very good point on Eurodollar. I would have bought this with both of my hands. If it was Eurodollar, I would have. That's just how it is. That's my personal opinion. But I don't know about gold. Meaning, I don't if I know about gold, I just don't know if it's a time and place. Okay. Great. All right. So we got 3 likes today. That's interesting. But other than that, other than YouTube now knows that only 3 of you found this important for you. Let's look at how trends stay cool higher. Okay, so in an uptrend, you do have price coming lower but never breaking the previous low. You have price coming lower but not breaking the previous low. You have trend going higher, breaking the previous low, and actually still goes higher. That is because that's a 4-hour support resistance. Goes higher, and in the end falls down, goes into consolidation mode, breaks lower, turns higher, start into the consolidation mode. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me speak the truth that I believe is the truth, and only the truth that I can see is truth, is if we break 2190, that is the ultimate level of going higher. If we can break that, that is, or 2180 basically, is holding euro dollar down. Now, are we as traders going to front run that? No. We're just going to take if it then does, because we did what we were supposed to do. We did what we were supposed to do, and then the market has to do what it's supposed to do. So until our trend higher does go higher, and remember this is the previous low on this time frame. That is that's a double top. So yeah, it has to break this low, come down to this low before I start being. That is basically 121, which we bought on Monday. Was it Monday? Was Sunday? Somewhere. Monday maybe. Yeah. The good entry on Monday. The weekly entry. Okay. Fantastic. The other thing to this is that don't be so afraid. Find the happiness, find your passion. And I know it hurts. But that's why I get rewards of New Zealand dollar. That's why I started off with New Zealand dollar in this live, because that's how it is. All right. So, where did I go? Okay, for the Australian dollar, we're a bit lower, but still very much bullish. Still no new lower lows, and the lower low is 78.60. If that is broken, then we are probably going a bit lower. We are not yet. Euro just kicked me out, but not below this one low here. So if we now go higher, I will buy tomorrow. Fantastic. Pound. Look at pound. What should we do with pound? Pound. Anyone knows what that is? Does anybody knows what that is? What could that really be? Oh, I got knocked out on Aussie. That's annoying. Where are you? Hi, MK. What is your current view on pound dollar? Okay, let me say something here. Every single day, it is a buy. Until it no longer is a buy. Well, okay. I want this to rise. I want this to fall. Generally speaking, just for the fun of it. Just have an opinion about it. And then technically, we are still rising But for every step we take, it seems to be getting steeper and steeper and steeper. So technically, what if we can get a fall down of down to 61% or 50? No, sorry, 38 or 50. Great. Any price lower is better. That is my plan B in my head. So I'm going on full force every single morning, but every morning I'm looking for the buys. So here we are. I'm looking for the buys. 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 Until currently it breaks 40.68. Until it breaks 40.68, that is my current view on pound dollar. So currently it's a good price, but it's not the right time at the moment. So I would want to see how it does through the New York session, because out of experience, it has a tendency to fall a bit extra on New York, and it can last for the next 2 hours at least. So if we then get a break below 40.68, I will take tomorrow off on the pound. And yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how that is. The other thing that I would add to this is, have we gone so far so fast that we can see a sharper fall, clear sky off? You have to look at the demand for the pound. We are well above anything else and everything else on the monthly. Well, last one was a bit range bound, I must say that. But what do I see here? That is a fear. I don't know if it's rational or if it's logical, or if it's just my fear, if my head, or if it's my heart saying this. But I do know from many fails in my life that MM3, starting off at MM3, is a golden ticket for a sharp fall. So if we then get here on Friday, Monday, we might fall faster than you believe, down to give or take 38 before going higher. Does my positions believe in that? Or does my positions then can survive that? Probably. So as we're still going higher, I'm still buying, but I'm cautiously entering every single time. Probably too nervous about it, but yeah, that's all. You're welcome. Anyone seen the rocket ships on Swissies? And I am literally wondering why. I haven't seen a reason for why it should be a rocket ship. But it is definitely a Swissy item. It's definitely something that is important to look into. Reason why it did so. So that's for the pound Swissy, Aussie Swissy, Euro Swissy, USD Swissy for that matter. So yeah. What is the update on the DXY? The DXY is, I would still call that bearish, by the way. And I seem to have said that around 90, 70, 50 would have been a great place for DXY to go to before we fall again. That is just a theory that I might have in my life, but it would be a great opportunity. Now, Australian 78 would have been great, and therefore. So, what else should we talk about today? Oil, we've talked about oil. Aussie, Euro, Pound, Pound Yen, kind of the same thing. It does continue miraculously higher every day, and great, okay, fine. It is what it is, I guess. But notice, when does it rise? When does it rise? I would say out of these moves, 2 or 3 out of them are, you guessed it, Asia session. So Asia is a time you need to be ready for Australian pound yen moves, up or down. USD CAD has this entry this week. We are now floating 66 in profit. Great. Should you be out of this trade, by the way? Let's see if I can check that one. Maybe 1 month fast. No, not yet. But soon. Soon. Should have been there. But yeah. Another great trade, another great week. Plus 64 on yes you can for the week. All right, I came on here to help you out, guys. Seems like we have some questions that we have answered. Those questions I wanted to answer, but then I want to just us to go through the research a bit, just to make sure that we have everything in order. The fall on the S&P yesterday, just as a thing that we are worried about, I'm not worried about what we are looking into. Okay, so it fell, gaps down today, so we shall see how that one is. But I think this was a buy opportunity more than anything else. All right, more than anything else, I think that was a buy opportunity. But we shall see if I'm right or wrong. And it was just 3%, so it wasn't too much. Oil. What do I do with oil? Oil. Okay. I've already called out this one to be done for the week. Sorry, yeah, 1 week, yeah. Also done for the month. So, you know, it is rising higher. And as long as we're still above 58.50 area, this low here, we're still bullish. So I guess it can go higher, but my only fear is that it can go down hard, because whatever is stretched too fast, too hard, can come down again. But I have learned to control that fear by saying, as long as we're still rising, it is still bullish, we will still buy it. The same thing with New Zealand today. Come on. With New Zealand today, we are up here, you know. That looks like a high or high. But it still went higher. Okay? So even though you feel like you're high, you're still buying at the support that you have identified previously. And it seemed to be working out nice in the end, for some reason. For the silver. Okay. Here we have can have some discussions. What is that? Anyone has a good guess of what that could be? Is it a trend? Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Like, what is it? I would call that on range. Tried to break higher, came into the range, and still continuing on the range. There's nothing more than that. Accumulation, yeah, that's another word. I don't understand what that is, but I guess that's what it's all about. I have a theory that once you make a range, the price will retrace 50%. So you would have an entry at around that, right? 26.95. Just a theory. It does work sometimes, but yeah. Does that fit with anything else? Is there anything else that would fit with? It's in the next month buy zone. Copper was uptrend. Why gold and silver going downtrend? On what fundamental reason? I haven't honestly got to any other conclusion that Bitcoin took the demand from gold and silver. And there was also, as I remembered, there was not as much demand for physical gold from the Indian market during December, where there is normally a wedding season. Could also have been that the central banks that bought gold to hedge their own inflation against, or to not devalue their economy, is releasing that small and small and small because they're seeing that their economy is doing well after all. So I am still disappointed. I have nothing else to say on that one. Still disappointed. Can't really do anything else than waiting for a better day. And sometimes it's boring. Why are you still waiting? Why? Because the market doesn't give me anything else. Like, I can't force it. So you play by its tone. Because I don't have I don't know how many billions I need in purchasing power to move this thing though. You can ask Reddit, Wall Street Bets. But the reason why they did succeed in turning the silver market is because there's a whole different market mechanism here. There's a whole lot more players. There's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more to it, and it doesn't have the same constraint. And also, hedge fund managers, generally speaking, are already buying the silver. So it's not a new thing, right? What did I do here? What have I done here? Have I said it's gonna go higher? I don't think it's gonna go higher. I think I said this one's gonna fall. So I do apologize to everyone in advance that I was wrong about this one. I'm the first one to lay on my feet and say I'm sorry, and I will plead for forgiveness. And I must have said that was a good sell. But then buyers took over. Yen is incredibly weak. Great, fantastic. Let's see. Someone texted me. You never know if there's anything important. So the fall on the euros and all those things have stopped. Okay. What do you think now? Your worst fear has not come true. We're still well above 2100 as the baseline for the buyers. But do you now start drawing like this kind of situation? Or do you start drawing that kind of situation? That depends if you're a buyer or seller. That also comes down to if you think this is just another low, another great opportunity to buy at, well, I would say an even better price. For someone at least. So we are at Wednesday today. Yeah. That might mean that we have 2 more golden days of this week. So what else can happen this day? I think today is over. We have to plan for tomorrow. And I would love to see euro dollar rising as the phoenix coming out of the ashes and then falling a bit and then higher. That's what I want to see. So I can protect my earlier buys without hitting break even. And then if it comes down here, if I don't want it to happen, but if it does come down here, I am happy with it. There's nothing here. Copper is really flying, by the way. Definitely really flying. So waiting for euro dollar, not clear until now. I'm very clear on euro dollar, by the way. I think euro dollar is very clear. It's black and white. It is still bullish in that 1 hour trend. It's still very open if it can go down, but I'm still thinking this is just a low that was knocked out of. So if I can get back in at a better price tonight or today or tomorrow, whatever it is, yeah, great. Because it's still above 21. Still above 2040, 22. So until then, if we were talking down here, I would be 10,000 more times nervous, sweating, and talking in a very different language. I don't think that's plausible at the moment because we just stopped here. But if momentum goes to the downside, I don't care. Marco, Polo, excuse me, what do you think of the moving averages and EMA? Okay, let me do a thing of here for you. I do use that for general consumption. I think that we generally have to be on the 4 hour time frame. We need to be above this blue line, which is the 21, 55, 55, 55, it's 55. The 55 EMA on the 4 hour. Okay, so that determines the trend. As long as we are above that one, we are great. And no longer above it, no longer above it, no longer above it, no. Oh, we are above it again, we are above it again, we are above it again, we are above it again. Great, we are doing bullish trending. We are doing amazing. Until then, and that is currently at 78.28. I will wait for that thing to, But another thing that some others also do teach is this 21 here. So if we now come down to this one, then will make us go higher. I don't know. Maybe. I have some reservations against that. So it doesn't always happen, and sometimes it just goes down with, yeah. So if we then get price down to 78.20 area, I think that would be a sharp rise back up again. Still have my orders open at this price here, but yeah, just waiting for it. So I think it's okay to use it for trends. For trends. For trend trading. But I don't use it. I don't teach it. Okay, I use it, but I don't teach it to you guys. I don't want that to be the most dominant thing that you do in the market, because it can fool you. Because if you say, well, that's now a downtrend, that's longer an uptrend because it broke below. Well, it continued higher. So if you can use it as a general term, and when market is so far away from fair market value, you might want to be like, maybe I'll pass. I think it can be used if you are mature about it and don't trade off it blindly. The other thing is, and that you don't, buy dollar. So if you do that, then yeah, great. So maybe I'm prophesying the dollar weakness too much right now. Maybe I'm blind and all those things. I don't really care about that. But what really happens is that I have a bias. We're going higher. We still are higher. And actually on the 4-hour time frame, we can go down to 78 and still be a bullish trend. All right. Any other questions today, my lovely people here at the 3:45 p.m. live trading session? That is only one today because I slept at 3 a.m. this morning and I woke up at 8. So I feel, what do you call it? I don't know. Maybe I'm not so happy today. Maybe I'm not so fun today. So maybe I should crack some jokes with you guys. Maybe that would be fun. My concentration level is not great. So yeah, also Marco, yeah, use them wisely. It's not the first thing I tell you to do, and probably not the last thing. But I think probably, yeah. Is there any Champions League matches right now? Is it today? Is there anything today? Anyone playing? So I would start off with price action, and someone asked me, okay, teachable time, teaching time, teaching time, teaching time, teaching time. Someone asked me, but Evan, when you go around and you tell us what you're thinking, what's going to happen next in the market, how do you really do that? Let me give you a secret about München. Okay. In a market, I want this to happen, okay? In an uptrend, I want uptrends. I want to see price breaking above this high, coming back, I will buy here. Same thing, I will buy here. Comes down, doesn't break the previous one, so this is still bullish. That will be a small drawdown here. Okay, so if I just do that in my sleep again, oh, that was a bit lower. Again, 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 you will in the end understand that what is really support and resistance and what can lead you to drawdowns. That will not be a good one. So that's one red here. But of course, all this is now has already happened. But yeah. So what do you do in a live market situation, Ivan? How do you determine, whoops, whoa, whoa, whoa. How do you determine where things is gonna go? Well, let's go to current market price. Where is the same situation? Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and resistance. That was not a good one, so that would be that one, but still the same. Support and resistance here. That would be a drawdown. Higher, 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 higher. Okay? So, since we are still holding this one, since we're holding that one, I would say that is the non-breakable. Don't break. Do not break this line. Okay? This is my line in the sand. I will make it orange. So I can do that on every time frame. And the next time it does go above, I'll do the same thing. Okay. And then you will have spikes coming down to your area. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't like that. 3. Now, how do you get rid of bad entries? Entries that only makes you have losses. Like you bought up, like up here, for example. You bought up here, for example. I don't know if I can avoid it much more than what we already have. But let's go to pivot points. Just let's see how the pivot points are doing in this market here. That is, let's do that one and that one. So that's good. That will be green. Green. Good. Yeah, that didn't work out. And I will have rocked it here. Okay, Great, that would be the same. Stop it. That would be the same. And yeah, ish. So what does this chart tell me? It tells me whenever there is support and resistance, the daily buy zone comes to that level anyways. Okay, so this one might be like this one. It came down in the end, goes higher, comes back. That's the new buy zone again. This is the new buy zone again. Not entirely the same thing. Comes down a bit lower, but okay. Comes into this zone here and becomes the buy zone. So I'll take that 2 times here. 2 times here. Okay? It overlaps in the end. And if you sit here on TradingView at night before you go to bed at 5 p.m. London time, 23 my time, and 5 a.m. Australia, Malaysia, Asian time, market open Asia time, you look for dailies. Low risk, low stop loss, just previous one, and then you see how it goes. Some of them might be stop losses. Okay, great. Doesn't matter, because you still have all of those ones. How many pips do you target? Monthly target, after monthly target. I scalp. Alright, scalp. So that could be anything from 150 to 250. But if I can hold my trades until the end of this year, I would be happy. If that is plausible. So I can now tell everyone, go back to the 24th at around 45 minutes into the live session on 24th of February, that I told you guys how I do it. And sometimes you need to become more machine-like. Sometimes it's difficult to be machine-like. That's why you only trade in a trend. This is not a trend. This is your trend. This is not your trend. That's why I use Australian dollar, US dollar, because that is trending at the moment. And I took profit at what price today? 73.80 area. So far, I'm better off taking profit where to take profit today. Okay. Do we have any new members today? Anyone who's new today? Anyone at all? Anyone I can welcome, that I can have a drink with, that we can have a talk with? I want to talk to people. People I talk to. That is how we get forward. Probably need to talk about your psychology. Probably need to talk about your entries. And probably need to look at your trading. But that's what I'm here for. Providing you value I never got when I started out 7 years ago. Alright? You are, in my view, one of the luckiest people on this YouTube thing, because I don't give you BS. Like, I've tested things for you. I have tried strategies for you, and you don't need to try them. It's already tested. It's already lost. I've already lost the money for you. You should actually pay me because of all the lost things because of all the things you didn't lose upon. But I don't know what you've done before. So, there you go. Have a fantastic day. We have been here for 45 minutes, 55 minutes. Great, fantastic. No other things to talk about. That is great. I hope you are making money, generally speaking. And if you don't make money, I will be here to help you. You can join my Discord channel, I am there. Sometimes I'm actually in the live chat. You can actually talk to me with your microphone sometimes. So probably every morning, I'm there around 10 or 11 or 12 a.m. before noon. And then at 12, I go to eat some lunch. And then you can just get, doesn't cost anything at all free. But yeah, sometimes. Okay? Fantastic. Have a good day. Boom. See you around.